Yo, what's good, y'all? Welcome or welcome back to Billy Go's Prophetic Vessel. It's your girl, Billy Go, and we got a message for you. Okay, please take what resonates and leave the rest behind. Welcome to your Capricorn and Chosen One channel. Hoes! All right. Please remember to take what resonates and leave the rest behind. Let's get into these timeless messages. I command in God's name that all entities, parasites, and evil monitoring spirits that are clothed and unclothed be black, blind, and deafened. Return back to senders and replace with good according to God, Yahweh, Yeshua the Christ will, unclothed, uncontaminated, uncompromised. And so it is, and thank you. All right. So we have happiness here. Heart's desires, dreams, fulfillment, goals. All right. So happiness and fulfillment is essential. Happiness is on the horizon. What does happiness and fulfillment look like for you? All right, guys. So if you've been feeling like really down and out here, okay, the Holy Spirit is letting you know that you are like getting some sort of happiness if you're not already in the season of it. Okay, like this could be the season, like the season. All right, like especially if you feel like you've been going through straight pain, suffering, and agony. Happiness here. Somebody could be targeting your happiness because I did see the card self-centered. Okay, so like if you feel like your happiness has been targeted, like people just been so like stuck up with themselves, like you're gonna have people that you're gonna be able to feel equally yoked with. Okay, that reciprocation. You could be around people that feel like you are responsible for making them happy, or they benefit off your energy, that may be comforting to them, or that they don't realize. Okay, because you are responsible for engaging in healthy activities that promote happiness and fulfillment within yourself, right? But maybe you guys haven't been able to do so. We have love here in reverse. Okay, so you guys could be, heartache, healing from heartbreak. Love is not pain or jealousy. Love is not abuse. Love should not feel like it's a chore. Yo, what's up? What's up? What's goody? Love is not emotional, physical, sexual, verbal, and or mental abuse. Abuse. I said abuse. Okay, so this is also about you guys learning what, and it's so interesting because we was talking about this on the last reading, right? About like what actual love is. Okay. Oh no, I'm so sorry to hear that. Did you got into some stuff? I hope things work out for you. Well, I I hope things work out for you in a good way, according to God's will. Self-care. Hey, and it's in reverse. So hold on. Okay, so some of you guys, oh, well, that's good. I'm glad it did. Glad it worked out for you. All right, so we got self-care in reverse. So some of you guys, you feel like you're not able to like really show yourself the love and the care, type of care that you need. Self-care is not an option, it's a necessity. You cannot pour from an empty cup. Taking care of yourself is not selfish. You are a priority. Okay, you matter. You matter. Okay, because you guys are going through this dark night of the soul here, so it's definitely understandable how, like, things is hard as shit right now, right? Trying to accept where you are, even though you may not like it. Okay, you may be trying to establish some boundaries here. You may feel like people are not respecting your boundaries. Okay, but make sure So some of you guys could also be going through a dark night of the soul because you're dealing with people that are not being respectful to you. Now flip the energies in reverse. If you know that you're not being respectful to someone, okay, flip the energies as you see fit. Put yourself inside of the story as you see fit here. Okay. These are energies that have hidden jealousy and envy. Okay. So at this time, you are being guided to really work on reparenting yourself if you haven't been so already, right? And unconditioning the false programming that you have been conditioned to believe in, right? There's a moral value and or belief that may no longer be in alignment with you during this healing journey, and that is okay. Engaging in shadow work could be useful to address and heal the culprit of negative patterns, mindsets, behaviors, beliefs. So, and also too, if you're doing extensive healing, but you're around people that hasn't or they don't plan to at all, that's not really going to be helpful or work for you either. Okay? Because, you know, as you climb the ladder to success, you definitely need like minds, right? Like you can't have a snake in your camp that's secretly trying to put you down, right? And this can be easier said than done, especially if you've had people in your life since like a childhood, right? Some of you guys could need to heal some sort of sexual abuse, okay? Some sort of like little mental, like abuse. Some of you guys may need to heal that. Some of you guys could be dealing with energies that have gone through this as well, and they didn't heal that and projecting things onto you, but that doesn't make it okay here, right? And it's like with them doing so, this is adding to the suffering energy, the suffering, sorrowful energy I'm picking up on here, right? With this dark night of the soul, where you guys are like, you feel like you're unable to get rest, right? You feel like you're not able to really pamper yourself in the way that you need to, all because somebody won't respect your boundaries. Okay, some of you guys may need to exert your boundaries, but it's like, if you feel like you're doing exactly what you can, God will take care of the rest. But again, easier said than done when you want somebody to get off your coattail, right? Holy Spirit, Yahweh, Yeshua the Christ, uncloaked, disseminated, uncompromised. What does the collective need to know? What are the timeless messages that the collective needs to know? Okay, receive. You guys are going to be receiving something. Okay, my attention was just driven to that. Whether that's a piece of information that's going to help you out, whether that whatever the case is. Okay. Hey. Oh. Okay, so we have the Nine of Wands, in reverse, and we have the Nine of Pentacles, 9 here. That could be significant to you. Okay. I mean, nines can talk about endings in certain cases here. But this is about independence. This is about you being like fruitful, especially if you feel like you're not. This is you this is you stepping into a season of happiness where you don't have to feel as defensive. Not saying that you're not protecting yourself at all, right? Thank you for subscribing. Oh, this is like, still be on guard, but this is you not feeling like you have to be on guard 24/7, like maybe you feel like you have to now because of you going through this pain, suffering, and agony, right? All right, now somebody could be trying to catch you. So these are, sometimes I get multiple messages within messages here. For some of you guys here, this is also like a warning. Somebody is trying to catch you off guard because they are viewing you in this energy here, because we have the Page of Swords here in its upright position. So this is giving like you're being watched, stalked, whether that is by remote viewing, somebody knowing how to do so spiritually, and or astral traveling, okay, or spiritual private eye. People pay spiritual private eyes or physical private eyes, okay, or them outright just stalking you themselves. Okay, so just be mindful. Okay, you're also being watched by good energies too. So I also want to put that out there, right? Like your spiritual fam of love and light, uncloaked, uncontaminated, uncompromised. They, like, you've been carrying a lot of load, a lot of responsibilities here. I'm overcoming a spiritual plague, a spiritual virus. So this is to energetically protect myself and others. Okay, so you guys are going to have a choice to make here when it comes to love. It looks like love and money. Love and money here. All right. We have the Lover's card, Gemini energy, the Empress here, and the Page of Swords. It's almost like somebody's trying to look and see, like, if you are loving on someone else, if you have a new job, like what you're working on. It's like somebody's trying to be in your business, okay? And it's like if they're having a hard time being in your business, in some cases, they're trying to pay off energies to try to spy and look and be like a messenger, like come back and tell them. Like, you know, in some movies, some people that are trying to like get some intel, they'll have like a bird go and spy, and that bird will come back and like tell them, or however. That's what I'm picking up too, like a fly on the wall energy, in the so like evil monitoring spirits in different forms. So be mindful. It's giving shapeshifter energy too. Okay, they're trying to like watch and see, like if they're trying to, because we was talking about spiritual attacks here. Okay, so it's kind of like watching to see again, to try to catch you off guard, because it's like they're this hard ass energy here, like trying to block you, to keep you in this energy of carrying so many burdens, grief, and strife here. So there's some lies here with this Ace of Swords. You haven't been told the whole truth of something. And because of that Lover's card, that Lover's card doesn't just represent romantic, okay? So this could be family member, friend, lover, okay? Somebody that you care for, though, and you will have to make a choice if you haven't already, okay? We got the Five of Cups here because so the truth coming out is putting somebody who all involved in their feelings here. Okay, some sort of abuse. Okay, yeah. This truth coming out, it means that it's giving freedom here. Ten of Cups upright here. Four of Cups in reverse. Like you're not having to put up with shit that you don't want to anymore. You not having to. This is freedom here. Victory. Six of Wands. So you being free pisses somebody else off. Why? Holy Spirit, why? Dang. We got the Wheel of Fortune. We got because the Wheel of Fortune is not in their favor. But what they got to do with you? We got the Sun card in reverse. The Temperance in reverse. There's something that's coming to light here. A light is being shed on something. Ace of Cups. Something that happened in the past. Who somebody gave somebody gave something. Ace of Cups. But maybe this wasn't theirs to give. The High Priestess in reverse. This went unknown for a very long time. Knight of Wands in reverse. This is a player energy. This is somebody that they played, and because they played and somebody decided to do this, and because somebody decided not to tell you or not to do what they were supposed to do. I don't care if they, I don't like, something could have something was possibly supposed to go to you, and it didn't. And whoever was responsible for giving this to you, this caused a lot of pain and suffering for you, right? Somebody could have stolen something from you to and provided for them and others in some other ways, right? But this wasn't theirs to give or take. And because this happened, this puts you in some type of heartbreak, suffering, and pain, sorrowful energy, and or this is what you did to them. Flip the energies as you see fit. And even fewer endure to the end. So so that's like the background here. This is something that somebody did in the past here. This is already done. They already did this. For a lot of you guys watching, they've already done this, and or you've already done this to someone, whatever side of the story that you are on here. And oh, this is putting somebody in jail. The Sun card in reverse, Temperance in reverse. This is I'm hearing love lockdown. So somebody's trying to was trying to keep you down, keep you trapped. I heard like trapped in a swapped place. So okay, this is literally what just came to me. Like what I just saw. I saw someone sitting in a prison cell that had on somebody sitting in a prison cell. They weren't supposed to be sitting in. They sit in a prison cell, and the name was not their name. They weren't supposed to be in the prison cell. In the life that the person was supposed to be living that was in the prison cell, the person that was supposed to be in the prison cell was out trying to live that life. I hope that makes sense. And so, okay, and in whatever capacity that could be, right? All because somebody tried to off their consequences onto you, okay? In other cases, somebody's decision making is making you feel as if you're being imprisoned, okay? Right? Like again, if somebody, didn't swap, but they also didn't give you something, or they withheld information that you needed so you wouldn't feel like that, that's also contributing too, right? Like you out here doing what you got to do, with this person can't, because you withholding information, or you didn't give them something, or you know, you're gonna have a new beginning, but it's finding out this information is gonna be heartbreaking. I'm sorry, I don't know. Finding out this message, Knight of Pentacles, that's been slow to come in. This here information, this nugget, it's going, I don't know. I'm sorry. It's like message, this is what's been going on with your money. This is what's been going on with the fruits of your labor. This is what's been going on with this work. Okay? Or what somebody's been working or planning behind your back in some cases here, in some senses. Okay? What's been going on in somebody's home, the secrets. It's kind of giving secrets. What somebody's been working on in their home, the work, in some cases, black magic they've been doing to try to hold on to you. Keep something, hold on to some information here with the Four of Pentacles here. And once you find this out, Nine of Cups, you feeling happy, right? You got something to celebrate here with the Three of Cups. The Two of Cups is here. So, this is you meeting new people that are in alignment with you, right? New lovers, in other cases here. Six of Pentacles here. You getting what you deserve. You having more than enough to save, to, pour into yourself here. Kind of going back to the beginning of the reading here, right? You actually, instead of not being able to take care of yourself, being able to take care of yourself, and not just take care of yourself, take care of yourself with ease, right? Like that's like I'm getting some of you guys weren't even able to pay for the services you needed for your health because of somebody taking something from you, or withholding information, or not doing what they were supposed to do. Or you them really put somebody in a situation here. Had you going through things you weren't even supposed to go through. Or you them, right? It's going back to somebody It's like had something, but it wasn't theirs to give. It wasn't theirs to take, or and this happened in the past, and for some of you guys it's happened in several lifetimes. But and I've said this in the other readings already, but this was the lifetime that you getting down to the nitty gritty. Okay, so what they doing is because the wheel of fortune is not turning in their favor, but they're not understanding that the wheel of fortune is not turning in their favor because of the fucked up shit that they've been doing. But it, like, instead of accepting that, hey, you got to pay this karmic shit off. Stop trying to offer to others. Stop trying to dodge the shit. If you trying to really get to if you trying to get this wheel of fortune to turn for your fucking self without you having to bind somebody to fucking to you, without you having to do demonic ass shit all your life, you gotta do this. Somebody don't want to come into acceptance of this. Somebody don't want to come to acceptance that it's over. Somebody don't want to come into acceptance that, hey, okay, let me just do what I gotta do so I can just get what I need to get on my own without having to be attached and shit. Right? But because something's not going in somebody's way, it's like somebody's having a fit. Somebody's watching you like a hawk. I heard goons, like they astral travel violation. Astral traveling to your location and spying on you with ill intent, violating your privacy. I can spiritually know, see, and or hear what you're doing via my spiritual gifts while astral traveling, right? Through their clairaudience, clairvoyance, claircognizance, clairsentience. Okay, so yeah, they ain't shit. They ain't shit. They're violating your privacy. So people who don't realize this, so let me like demystify, because it pisses me off when I see these readings. I don't want to say readings, I'll say these videos of these people saying astral traveling is demonic. Hello? Do you know that you astral travel in your sleep without even realizing it, and you may take it as a dream and it wasn't? You was astral traveling. You are a spiritual being having a humanistic experience. Okay? It is the intention of which the astral traveler is doing that makes it demonic or not, right? Astral traveling, there's levels to this shit. Some have mastered it in a sense of they can immediately get into that state that they need to and go ahead and lift themselves up and navigate the dimensions and realms with ease, like driving a car. There's others where they realize they're astral traveling, but they don't know how to, they don't have much control over it. They don't know, like when they're astral traveling, they just find themselves astral traveling, and when they don't, they don't. When they do, they do, and they don't, when they don't really know how to drive the boat. They just out here, right? And that's what I'm saying. You know what you're talking about. Okay? Hashtag Akashic Records. So now somebody that knows consciously and knows how to control their ability to astral travel, and they're astral traveling to you, and they're spiritually raping you, they're tampering with your things, they're trying to hear your information, that's demonic. That's demonic. If somebody is in the spirit realm and they see that you're a soul fragment, or you in a state and you're being attacked, and they help you, that's light worker energy. They astral traveling, and then they call on the archangels to come help. That's light worker energy. Okay. Now we have Akashic record treason. Speaking of Akashic records, all right, karma's kicking my ass for how I've treated you and others. Exactly. Wasn't we just talking about this? We was just talking about this. If they just go ahead and come into acceptance, look, what happened. It is what it is. The outcome is not what I wanted, but it is what it is. Let me go ahead and just pay this shit off and do what I gotta do so I can have the wheel actually turn in my favor because of the shit that I did, and not because I stole the shit, not because we got other dark galactic beings involved, but because I earned this shit for real. This is why karma's over here. It's like, look at this. Dark High Priestess Priest, I put an energy tag imprint on you so that I can keep tabs on you spiritually without your consent. Hey, that's a thing. Spiritual energy tags, that's a thing for those that don't know. Okay? Because everybody don't know everything. There are implants, eye camera, other sensory devices, and the eye camera, other sensory devices, they actually have names. Where they will be in the form of a hook, imprint, where they'll be in your auric field, or someplace on the organ spiritually. And when you are driving, or when you are doing something, whatever the intention of them having it there for, it sends a signal, boop, 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 to the entity that put it there, the person and entity that put it there, that you're going somewhere, or if you're doing a reading, you're working, if they're trying to bind themselves to you and you work, whatever it is. Okay, so the intention of this being told to you is that you need to get that cleared out of you. Okay, I'm putting fake codes, imprints, and hooks in your Akashic records to throw you off. So this is their now, there are gatekeepers in the Akashic records. Now, I do want to make that known. I also want to make it known that we have been dealing with a plague. Okay, this rapture part 2, and they've been cloaking, and they've been doing some. Look, people Akashic records, they have to be cleared. Okay, I'm going through your Akashic records to see what you have coming towards you without your permission or God's. So, spiritual treason. Okay, they're trying to control and manipulate what you have going on by going through one of the most sacred things that a spiritual being could have, and that's their Akashic records. I'm in your Akashic records to try to swap destinies with you, get an Akashic record clearing, spiritual response therapy from a trusted practitioner. Okay. One is bloominglotushealing.com. Her name is Jakara. That's her platform name on YouTube as well. She also has another platform called Akashic Record Channel on YouTube as well, if you want to listen to some Akashic Record collective clearings. Okay. Spiritual response therapy, spiritual healing therapy is another one that is on YouTube. Okay, spiritual healing therapy. That's the name of her YouTube channel. She's another good one. Light worker. Okay, not no cloaking. Light worker. All right, so you got to be careful with who you go to. Make sure you vet your healers, but those are the ones that. All right. Anyway, so look at that. We got karma twice, y'all. So listen, karma, look, learning a karmic soul lesson. So you're facing karmic debt. Honey, when I tell you, oh, and by the way, this deck was created by us, Downward Spiritual Guidance. If you guys want to add a deck to your collection, you can feel free. This is available for purchase, okay? Also, we have another Oracle deck if you guys are interested, okay? We'll use this too, so you'll get a chance to see, okay? That's the links are in the description box if you are interested and would like to purchase. Now, if you guys want a notebook, okay, a journal to keep your thoughts in, your dreams, goals, and aspirations, this is created by us, Downward Spiritual Guidance, okay? That's our other platform name. We do have another YouTube channel, Downward Spiritual Guidance. So if you would like to subscribe, go ahead and do so. That link is in the description box and our other social media handles too. All right. Oh, also as well, I have to let you know that they do remote view, like the dark. I I remote view too, but that's the thing. I don't remote view to violate people's privacy. The dark side does. And so with that being said, you will need to cloak what you write, okay? Even if you don't get my journals, whatever journal you do get, all right? Because and I won't even say all the dark side does this, but for the ones that does, right? Privacy. So if you're interested, these are on Amazon. The links to get these are in the description box. Okay, guys? All right. So karma, I'm lusting over you. So for those of you guys where this person was like a lover to you, this was a loveless connection, right? I mean, they gave you maybe their low vibrational, what they thought was love to you, but that wasn't love. You deserve actual love, right? They're just trying to come back to fuck for some of you guys, okay? They're just trying to come back to fuck. Look at this. Let's cuddle. I want to hold you. You know, so same shit, just a different day. I need to take accountability for my. I need to take accountability and responsibility for my actions. Okay. Yeah, soulmate. This is a karmic. They turn karmic, honey. They turn karmic. So this was like a spiritual connection, but they're not healing. They're not doing what they're doing. Look at that. I don't have good intentions at this time. I have hidden motives. Right there, exactly. So be mindful of these energies just saying whatever they need to say in order to get what they need to get from you. Okay? Okay, it also looks like you are getting an actual like soulmate, kingdom spouses connections, right? That is God ordained. So be on the lookout for that. It's like I don't want to say you're getting a replacement. Like if this was your actual twin flame that just they didn't fulfill the mission with you, then you are getting a new twin. You're getting a new twin, updated twin. Like, you know, when your computer go out, you get a new one. But you wouldn't, I wouldn't even say don't call this a replacement. Because this will just be your actual, you know, hey. Hello, make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe if you're feeling these vibes. All right. Clear the Akashic record, rage bait. Clearing the Akashic records is so important. Okay, so you're not having all that stuff in your like you don't have that false energy in your records when you're trying to like heal, right? I didn't see your worth and value. So this is an energy they didn't see, like they didn't see you for who you are. Okay, they didn't see the love that you were genuinely trying to give. They took that for granted. Even if this was like a family member, right, or a friend platonically, like they just thought, like I'm hearing, like they just thought that you would just always be there. Like they didn't earn you. So they didn't put you, they didn't value you, right? And I was gonna say a pedestal, right? I mean, but people are flawed, right? Also, like you, like on a value level, like the way you valued them, they didn't value you the same. I'm a player. Instead of being honest about my intentions with you, I'd rather be emotionally immature and play games with your heart. Okay, so this was a player. This was an energy that sat here and played in your face, or you played in their face, whatever side of the story that you're on here. Okay, again, whether this is a romantic or platonic connection for you. I want to take you out, hang out, and chill. Yeah, they want to hang out and chill. The chilly, let's cuddle, let's fuck, let's right? Like, and if you know that you've been on a journey of like celibacy or abstinence, whatever that's called, and this energy been out here, it didn't value you, went and thought somebody else was better, right? They didn't earn you. They don't deserve you. But you make your own decisions. I stole from you or someone else. So yeah, this energy was sitting here taking you for granted, taking your energy, using it for themselves. Because remember, the Wheel of Fortune in reverse was for them, right? That was representing, or you, whatever side of the story that you're on. But it's like this energy. Okay, I lied to you and there was no excuse. They didn't tell you. They didn't tell you that they did this. So you had to find this out through readings, through a prophet, through somebody, you know, you or yourself, your intuition, right? I need to take self-inventory. But again, not but also this Wheel of Fortune in reverse was for them. They don't have the good spiritual currency to manifest the positive life that they're trying to manifest and live off you for. That's why they need you. But they needing you for the wrong reasons. They're trying to come back for the wrong reasons. For those that this applies to, whether this is a family member, a friend, they want you to come live with them for the wrong reasons. They want you to come back to the company for the wrong reasons. They want you, right? Like, or you, it's for the wrong reasons. That's why you guys are getting someone new. I'm going through a spiritual awakening. Yeah, they probably are. It's like they're going through the spiritual awakening, or they're still not learning the lessons. It's like a wake-up call to what they have done. I'm hearing the magnitude of what the magnitude of the impact of their actions has been, of their evilness and wicked ways has been. Them and all involved. And again, guys, if you want this deck, it's created by us, Downward Spiritual Guidance. You can find this deck in the description box, okay, with the link. I betrayed you and I know it wasn't right. This card was also in reverse. So there's information that some of you guys, but that came out in the last reading, that there was some information. Look, but it came out in this one. Look, this is the Karmic card. Some information, there's something that is about to, some light that's about to be shed on some betrayal that you don't know. Like maybe you 12 as we talking about this. Positive movement forward. So you'll have some positive movement forward here, right? I lied to you and there was no excuse, in reverse. So there's a like maybe one nugget of something that light needs to be shed on for you to know, so you can have that positive. It's like this one piece of information you need to have this positive movement forward here. You don't know about it. And this could be information that needs to come from one or several people. You know, it's going to vary for all of you. But it's, so we went back to the beginning of the reading, whatever that was withheld, wasn't told, wasn't given, stolen, and or a combination of all for some of you, unfortunately. It is the reason, it is a partial of the reason why you've been in this dark night of the soul, and in some cases been in this dark night of the soul longer than what you should have, because somebody's having a hard time coming into acceptance of something. You're going to receive something. I remember that was at the beginning of the reading too. Some information that's going to be oh, hey, glad that you can make it. Some information that you didn't know, that is a big betrayal, because you weren't told this and they didn't tell you that they lied to you about this, right? And it's going to be a big wake-up call for them, okay? That you know, because they're going to be realizing the magnitude of the consequences of their actions, because they're being held accountable. Maybe they never was held accountable. Okay, they already sat here and gaslit, right? I'm gaslighting you. Don't let me trick you. Okay, so be mindful of these energies making you question your reality. If you know a motherfucker sat up there and hit you, don't let them tell you, oh no, I ain't hit you. No, if you know that motherfucker hit you, do not sit up there and be like, oh no, maybe they did. No, you know, especially if you got a mark to prove it. If that motherfucker sat up there and didn't get consent from you, don't let that motherfucker say, oh no, you wanted it. Oh no, you I don't need to do shit. No, don't let a motherfucker say that. Don't let a motherfucker question your reality. That's gaslighting. That's a form of motherfucking abuse. And I found out spiritually that opens a motherfucking portal. I found out that opens a motherfucking portal. That motherfucking demons, not all, most of them will try to use this trick to open a motherfucking portal so they can get in and plant these hooks, these implants in these dark ass programming to try to navigate you, play with your motherfucking emotions and shit like that, and attach themselves to you because they need a motherfucking host. Bye. You didn't deserve how I treated you. This was in reverse. I did this to read it up right. So they intentionally did this. But that came out at the beginning of the reading. They was jealous, right? Not a wands in reverse. Player energy. Player energy. They intentionally did this. They intentionally did this. Everything was intentional. That's why the Holy Spirit is saying, like, you receiving this. You're receiving what I'm giving you, this gift. But you cannot have these energies, right? Remember, over here, you get a new connection, healthy relationships. Whatever this gift is, six of Pentacles, you'll be able to share, bless others, saved, all the rest of shit. You're going to be happy and fulfilled, right? And you're going to have a cause to celebrate. Your happiness, right? This is regarding your happiness. With this told, why, and in some cases, why you may still feel like you unhappy. Why this hasn't came in, yet, or why it's being slow, or whatever season you're in while watching this. That's why it's timeless, okay? All this motherfucker want to do is some false ass shit, okay? In particular, for those that this applies to, all right? Take what resonates, leave the rest behind. Especially if you know this is you, put yourself inside of the story as you see fit. These energies, if they got a group involved or organization involved, if they paid another practitioner, for those that mess with dark magic, whoever is all involved, family members, friends included, they getting their ass beat. And because they getting their ass beat, it's like them being pissed off at you for letting them get their ass beat because you didn't let them steal from you in peace. You didn't let them walk over you in peace. You didn't let them, right? Like you stuck up for yourself, okay? And finding this out and all the rest of this and doing what you need to do to heal, and all the rest of this is heartbreaking, right? But they purposely tried to cause a heartbreak to you, but this is why you was dealing with pain, suffering, sorrowful, and agony. Okay. Let's get final messages here. I'm sorry, y'all. It's dark. Final messages right quick. We have a money magnet in reverse. So you guys are really have been worried about your finances. I'm hearing they've really been targeting your finances. Transformation, change, growth, evolution, renewal, rebirth. So everything is gonna be 13, right? Everything you're gonna be renewed. Everything, your money, your health, right? Everything is gonna be restored. This money magnet in reverse is with this Wheel of Fortune in reverse. This is their energy. And not just a money magnet, right? They don't attract good health. They don't attract good connections. They don't, because of how they treat people. Like, how do you expect to treat people like shit and expect to get like flowers? Like, how does and that you can't attract good shit. That's why you trying to buy motherfuckers to you, so you can keep doing your bad shit and get good shit. No. And because motherfuckers ain't aware, that's why we do these readings 444 in this time while we doing this, so you can take your energy back. So a motherfucker, if they try to use your energy, to get, let's say, a love connection, and you take your power back, that connection is going to flop because it wasn't built on a solid foundation. Let's say they use your energy to get a job. They're going to get fired if you take your power back, right? Or they're going to get demoted, or whatever the case may be, because they used your energy to get it and you took it back. It wasn't built on a solid foundation. Let's say they used your energy to build themselves a business. Their business is going to flunk, fail, and flounder because it wasn't built on solid foundation. It was built on stolen energy. And if you take your power back, nothing that they used your energy for is going to make it. If they used your energy to get a clean bill of health, instead of doing it naturally themselves, which, you take your power back, they're going to go back to maybe a shittier health than they would have in the first place had they not stolen your energy, right? Because they got a clean bill of health off of stolen energy. They didn't get a clean bill of health based off of God's energy, right? This is how important it is for you to take your energy back. Recognize your power. See yourself for who you are. That's why they don't want you to see yourself for who you are. That's why they don't want you to know your power. Because if you ask questions, well, if I'm able to do this, why am I not able to do that? Oh, because somebody is doing X, Y, and Z, whether they're in the spiritual or physical realm, or it's linked to this, it's linked to that, then you'll be taking your power back from the very greedy energies that are power and control hungry for the wrong reasons. They have these bogus systems, right? Welcome to the valley. Yeah, these energies try to like steal your peace with that solitude in reverse, okay? But also at the same time, you guys are going to be able, if you feel like you haven't been able to get out, like, looks like that renewal is going to come with you being able to do what you need to do for yourself, right? Like we talked about earlier, you being able to engage in that self-care. So that stolen energy, in some cases, they were stealing from you, bleeding you out, so that they can fund and generate their good health or their good relationship or their business. You have calling your power back and you using your energy for you. Now you're going to be able to have a clean bill of health. Now you're going to be able to have those healthy connections that were supposed to be yours and go to you to begin with, right? It's like a swap back. Yeah, so somebody's been stealing your energy through sex magic, okay? And in other cases, somebody only wants to have sex with you, all right? And just to let you know, sex magic doesn't have to be always in the form of somebody like trying to have an orgasm to you. It can be done in different ways. Even if the person doesn't want to have sex with you, or energy doesn't want to have sex with you, because your sacral chakra holds the most potent energy. And if they need the most potent energy to fund whatever they're needing to fund, not making it right, then it's giving, that's what they're going to do. So this is an energy that's forceful. Okay, that's why gaslighting came out. Don't let a motherfucker sit up here and try to tell you, oh, I didn't do this to you. Oh, you wanted it. Oh, no. Do not let a motherfucker tell you that. They know what the fuck they did. You know what the fuck they did, or vice versa. Okay, and you are being renewed from all of that. Do not go back to this energy or energies, okay, that's not up here and try to spiritually rape and molest you, all, you, right? No, these no. Ancestral protection, okay? So you are protected. It will be in your highest good. It'll behoove you to stay away from these energies, okay? So you can attract what is meant for you. You can have the life that is meant for you, okay? You don't need to be attached or around these energies as they are getting their much needed karma for doing what they did to you and others, or vice versa. Okay, repossession, yep. taking back everything that they stole. Taking back everything that they stole. So like I said, if they felt like they built a successful business, however, that business was only successful because they stole your energy, that successful business that was built on false foundation, i.e., not their own energy, is crumbling down. Okay? And they just tried to siphon my energy because I'm out here speaking the truth. All right? They literally just tried to siphon my energy because I'm out here speaking the truth. Oh well. I command in God's name that all negative energy return back to sentence and replace with good. Thank you. And so it is. Yeah, thief in the night. Be careful of this energy trying to trick you. Like for some of you guys, into a romance. So they feel like they don't have to steal from you because they're with you. It's still giving trickery. Okay? They're desperate for your energy. They're desperate for a covering out of this karma. They can't give birth to anything. But you couldn't give birth to anything in the fucked up circumstances that they was trying to put you in to try to get themselves out of a fucked up situation. Right? No, this is hidden evil eye. Okay? So now it's time for you to give birth. I hear the spaceships. Now it's time for you to give birth. Okay? To your project, your blessings, whatever the case may be, without all this evil eye around. Okay? Some of you guys, you know, you haven't had the environment, the positive environment here. Sorry for the darkness. See, so some of you've been in darkness for so long that it's been hard for you to see the light. That's why God is letting you know. Behind the fog, this is what's going on. Okay? So you need a more positive environment. You need more positive group around you. This is giving like the message that we was doing in the last reading. Okay? You've been transforming out of all of this. I know it's been taking some time. Okay? Everything that these energies have taken from you. All right? And I'm hearing every tear will be accounted for. Every tear that you cried will be accounted for. All right? Now, let me tell you something. Because God is my dad. God is my dad. And, you know, God said, vengeance is mine, says the Lord. That's what he said. That's what he said. All right? And let me tell you, like I've told others, because of the fact that I went into the uncharted territories in the Akashic records, and I have a lot of ancient knowledge that I have, and because of my connection to source, the dark side, and because my soul fragment was sold out into sex, spiritual trafficking, slavery, they raped me every single day. And they spiritually raped and molested me every single day while I was eating, driving, taking classes, doing work, healing, seeing clients, sleeping, watching TV, sitting down. They didn't care. Boy, they did not care, right? There's 365 days in a year, and I told you that I could be doing anything. So they would rape me, they spiritually rape and molest me all throughout the day, every day, since 2024. All right, and current, and the point of me saying this is, he's trying to take it from all hearts. Thank you. So the point of me saying that is there's 365 days in a year. And think about being spiritually raped and molested that many times a day, every day, right? While doing all those things that I said that I had to still do while being spiritually raped and molested against my will, right? Like, I got spiritually raped and molested over 1,000 times. So God is going to get an eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth for all of those that spiritually raped and molested me because they was coming for my throne. They was coming for my gifts. They was coming for my destiny. Can you imagine God not wanting, but getting an eye for an eye? Can you imagine them going through what they put me through? Like, I got spiritually raped and molested close to 2,000 times. Can you imagine them getting spiritually raped and molested close to 4,000 times because eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth, and double for the trouble? Can you imagine that? Can you imagine them going through that? Because of what they did to one of God's anointed. So, although, that's not coming from a place of revenge, it's coming from a place of justice. I hope this is some hope and faith for you as a reminder that God is still here. God says, vengeance is mine, says the Lord. Eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth. And God will take care of you. And you will eat at that table. Your enemies will watch, and you will see your enemies reap their karma. Just like they watched you as they tried to take you down. And in some cases, out of here. All right? So, that's what I got for you guys. Thank you all for your love and support here. It is truly, truly appreciated. And always remember, you make your own decisions. Peace out. Deuces.